So we're here at Camp 3. This is actually the kind of shorter Camp 3. It's been some tough days, so the porters stopped a little early. But yesterday it was probably the hardest day for a couple reasons. You know, we were already 2 days in, so you got the sore muscles, your knees are beaten up, your feet are just soaking wet every day. You have to hike for 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours. You take off your boots and your socks, you have severe trench foot, meaning that your foot is all wrinkled and your toes are getting smashed. You know, I'm sure we're about to lose some toenails. There's no one same step out here. The trail was tough in the beginning. There's a lot of incline, but then you had to kind of go through some flat lands. But with that, it's not as easy as you think. You're stepping into what you think is just a flat ground, and it's actually kind of swampland. So, you know, you're knee deep in mud, and then you have to pull your foot out without losing your boot. Doing that at altitude, right now we're at 12,000 feet, takes a lot of energy. Now imagine both of your feet are stuck, and then you drive your trekking poles to get some stability. Well, then those sink in. So now you're trying to figure out how to get out of this swamp. And that didn't happen once or twice, that happened all day. We're definitely in high spirits because today, behind me, we got to see the summit, where we're heading. Now we still have 2 more days before we even get to base camp. You get this energy boost, and you know, the sun is shining a little bit, drying out as much as it can, some of the tents that are soaking wet, and we're just excited. We're here at Camp 4, and if you can look behind me, you see a mountain poking its little head out, and that's actually the mountain we're trying to climb here. That's our end goal, is the summit of Carstensz Pyramid. And you know, hiking in here, there's so many different challenges, and one of them, of course, is getting through the mud. It's just doesn't matter how clean you try to act like you're gonna be, it just doesn't happen. You can get what's known as trench foot, which is bad news, but you can kind of see that my foot is super wrinkly, and what I have to do is throw on my awesome flip-flops. You might not be able to see it on camera, but I have a lot of blisters and a couple toenails that are about to go. But this is kind of a part of it. Hiking in here, it's been wet every day, all 4 of us. Every time we take off our boots, it doesn't matter, you're gonna have wet feet. You just gotta be good about it. At the end of the day, your feet are gonna be wrecked, your knees are gonna be wrecked, your back hurts. You just gotta keep grinding through. And that's what we're doing. We started off hiking, and out of Camp 4, you just instantly start climbing up 1,000 feet. And it's a ridge line, and honestly, it's kind of sketchy. It's not just the rock and the incline, but it's also that it's all wet. You know, you're fighting through the wet grass, you're fighting through the wet rock, and you got mud that you're still trying to go through, and you're doing it all in your rain boots. We made it through kind of one of the big inclines, came over, saw this beautiful lake. We were able to go up another incline, see another beautiful lake, and then as we started kind of going back up again, out of nowhere, the sun went away and the hail started. Because of the hail, these porters think that the god is angry when it hails. So that's one of the things that scares them. So we stood, and you know, they were chatting with our guides and everything, and they ended up going on strike. And what that means is that we're not even at base camp yet. We're still between Camp 4 and base camp. And if you look down, you see our porters going the wrong way. And if you look over here, you see our deer. Pretty much they've gone on strike. We're not at camp. We're over 2 hours from camp. It's been hailing. It's freezing. It's downpouring. Like going back is gonna take just as long as going forward. So it's one of those situations where I don't know how this works. We're about to find out.